We'll take a holiday. Oh yeah, thank you very much, Hartford. We're called Sweet Daddy Cool Breeze. Hey now. If you think you can say a song that you misunderstood, the doctor should prescribe it to turn back if you could. Now everybody, show me a little bit of blues. You know I need a song to make them happy. Oh yeah, I love the blues. You see, I travel the world alone, so far from my home. Sometimes it gets too much and I don't want to be alone. But then I show me a little bit of blues. Oh yeah, you know I need a song to make them happy. Oh yeah, I love the blues. I need a song to make them happy. Oh, I need a song to make them happy. Yeah. I love the blues. You know I'm loving the blues, baby. Oh yeah! We're gonna get funky for you right now. I like this song. Come on. Got me a funky reputation because I like to get low down. So, all of you mothers there, lock up your daughters cause the boogie man. Cause we the boogie man. Oh hey, nobody can do it like I can. Because we the boogie man. I'm a king size boogie man. The sheriff, he's got my number because he locked me up last fall. You see, I told his daughter, I want you to do the boogie, now I can't go back no more. Call me the boogie man. Nobody can do it like I can. Call me the boogie man. Oh yeah, I'm a king size boogie man. Oh yes I can. I used to play with the traveling band down on the county line. I went down there to do some boogieing and I wound up doing time. Call me the boogie man. Nobody can do it like I can. They call me the boogie man. Oh yeah, I'm a king size. Now you're a pretty good size boogie man too, baby. Give me boogie for me, come on. Hey! Oh yeah! Now I know you can boogie a little bit too. Come on, baby. Hey! So all you good-looking women, if you dab your tongues at the ball, one good taste of my good boogie gonna make you climb the wall. Oh yeah, nobody can do it like I can. They gon' be the boogie man. I'm a king size boogie man. I'm the boogie man. let you know one more time we're called Sweet Daddy Cool Breeze. In the house tonight. Let's have some fun with this one. We're going to say goodnight after this one because we're on 20-minute time slot. So let's have some fun. Hope you enjoyed the show. We got some great music still. See you next time, kids. Here's one called the Chicken Boogie.
Hi, I'm Dave O'Neill, and this is the Blues Plate Special. You've just been watching Sweet Daddy Cool Breeze at the Blues Challenge for the Red Hot Blues and Chili Cook-Off. We've got Wally, Greaney, and Mark Easton here in the studio to talk about their performance and their trip down to Memphis, Tennessee at the International Blues Challenge. Wally, thanks for coming on the show.
Dave, thanks for having us.
Mark?
Hi, Dave.
Wally, who else did you have with you that night? I know you've had Mark
Well, Mark came down, Mark Easton, and his brother Barry Easton is our drummer on the show. We had a young bass player. He was only 17. Oh, he didn't come on the trip, did he?
No, he didn't come to Memphis with us.
He didn't come to Memphis.
What,
he was on the record. I'm sorry. Lee
Cook-Off
Kulikowski was the person on the record. I'm sorry, but no, our new bass player, Eddie Humber, he came down with us.
He came to Memphis.
How could I forget Eddie? Goodness gracious.
So who was this young bass player for the Blues Challenge?
Yeah, he was a young guy. His name's Lee Kulikowski, who called me on the telephone when I was, heard a friend of mine had told him I was looking for a bass player, and I really just brushed him off. How old are you? After I talked to him for a minute, oh, I'm 17 and blah blah blah. And yeah, I'll send you my stuff, and I never did. And then next thing you know, he called back saying I never got this stuff, and I actually needed a bass player like that weekend coming up, so I sent him the stuff, and he came and he knew what I sent him. He did his homework, but he knew nothing else.
He had no clue of the blues.
He had no turnaround. He didn't know an ending. He knew nothing about this music at all. But he had a great sound. And like I said, the homework that he did it well. He came down, so he knew like 5 his gig, and we kind of struggled for the rest of the night. But I talked to Mark.
Each gig he improved.
Yeah, and we said, well, he does have a sound, and Mark really didn't want to actually at first.
Actually, for the first 5 or 6 gigs, I wasn't sure he was going to make it at all. But then he came through.
But he really, and he sounds record. He really did a good
great job on this record.
He really came through, and I was, I was glad, and Mark is glad that we gave this little kid an opportunity. He was, he came with the band.
6 foot, wasn't he?
Yes,
yeah,
it was.
But 17. Mark's kid's older than that, so I mean, it was kind of weird to have him in the band, so it was different. We gave him a shot, and he answered the call, and so we had, we had a lot of laughs with him too, as as the old timers. I mean, I was relentless with him on the bandstand.
You were cruel.
And I introduced him, and all right, we're going to Chuck E. Cheese's after the show, right? Things like that.
Terrible.
I was
a cruel band. So, 2000 Blues Challenge. You won the event at the Red Hot Blues and Chili Cook-Off.
We were red hot and blue that day, weren't we?
You guys were hot that day. Of course, there's a lot of guys that were hot that day.
No, that was a good day of music, and I said it before, that could have went anyway,
Yeah.
There was, Ryan Hart, I mean, that cat can play, and
They were good.
Gary
was great too.
Gary's band was good, and
Johnny and East Coast Rockers there.
yeah, John, it was nice to meet him. I heard his name through years when I used to work down at Musquamaket, and he was down in that neighborhood, and so it was nice to actually meet him after 2 years of hearing his name.
That was the first I've ever seen him play.
Yeah, he's good.
Yep.
Yeah, I enjoyed him too.
So you never know which way it's going to go. All depends on the judges that day, and I think we had, what, 10 judges?
10 or 15.
You got to have as many as possible.
Yeah, and that was, there was a good thing for that, I mean, the more the merrier, and I think, it's, well, fairer, or I don't know if it's fairer, but, the more, votes
Most even.
to count, I don't know.
They take the heavily weighted on either side, the purists and the rockabilly guys.
Right, yeah, there was, there is certain people like certain things in the music, and they have different votes.
But it worked out to your benefit.
It did.
You guys were great that day.
We did sound pretty good that day,
And it ended up going down to Memphis at the International Blues Challenge. Is that the correct name for that?
Yeah, it was. Wasn't that what they? Yeah, International Blues Challenge, but they actually had something else. But that was cool, man. We had a great time,
It was fun.
And what I found out down there is that, we were one of the few that actually got some money to go down by the Blues Society. A lot of these people who win the country really don't, get much out of their Blues Society, or, sponsors that they can hustle up or whatever. So, I mean, we took one gig. We went out, actually we got a gig from the Blues Society. We took that gig, and we took one gig from ourselves and put it in there. So, but after whatever heck it took months to get to that point, we won, and then it was 4 or 5 months down the road to go to the contest. So, I mean, you forget about that. So actually, we felt like we went on the, on the house. But they gave us quite a bit of money, and we
Makes it easier. That's going to be an expensive trip.
And we flew down, and but it was cool. We had like 25 down. I had a lot of friends from my neighborhood, and some of the blues. Dominic came down, and Mike Crandall, the winner of last year, and his friend, and a few people from Connecticut. So all together, we had like 25 people down there.
We had an entourage.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Does that help? Do they make a lot of noise?
They did. Sure they did.
I don't know if it affected the judging
It
at all,
didn't
but they
in a
made noise in the room, and it got the room going, and, you know,
Well,
that's always good.
here's how our thing went down there. We had gotten the B.B. King Club, which out of the 8 clubs down there, you know, is probably the known. And so, I mean, that was cool, but we were the #1 band, you know, out of 7. And that was really, you know, that hurt us, you know. But, I mean, we came out, we did what we did, you know, did what we do, and we did it well that night. And at the end of the night, I hung out all night long till 1:30. And at the end of the night, even though I had me a couple of cold ones, I still thought we were in contention. You know, I mean, there were some good groups there, but you know, I thought pound for pound, we put on a pretty good show. And the thing, you know, we were the only piece band. We went down there 4-piece. They had 6 horn bands in us.
Wow. No acoustic.
So, you know, it was a tough, you know, and we're the first band. So we were, you know, they forgot it. And, you know, the judges, in my opinion, I'm not trying to make excuses, but, you know, up is not going to get, you know, wow, these guys, because they didn't see nothing
There's
yet.
no benchmark.
You know, so, I mean, well, I wish we were, you know, were a little bit, you know, 3rd, 4th. I think we would have been a breath of fresh air, you know, because.
Would have stood out.
And what these bands, they all came out with their hot number. The band was killer in the first number, but for a half hour, a lot of them fell flat, you know. And so that's why I felt that, you know, we were in the running at the end. We didn't win, but, you know, I went down to the Daisy Theater to see if we did, you know, and I felt that, you know, there's a chance, you know.
30-minute sets for everyone?
Yeah. So, but it was great. I mean, and you know, on the good side of being first, you know, we had all that time to hang out.
Right.
You know,
We got to see everybody
and,
else,
yeah, we could
so.
walk down the strip. Yeah,
Yep.
and the pressure was off, and you know, so, you know, we had a great time.
What did you learn? What's the biggest thing you learned?
What's the biggest thing I learned from it? That, you know, the bands up here in the Northeast, and especially here in the Connecticut and Massachusetts area, the good ones, and there's some really good ones here, can stand toe-to-toe with any band out there in the country, you know, that isn't on a label, that competes in this realm, you know. I mean, there's a lot of great bands in Connecticut. So, and what I learned is, you know, we went down there and feeling that, you know, we were going to place, you know, and I still think that we did our job, and we're a pretty good group, you know, but. You know, hey, it can go anyway. You know, this is the same thing that happened in, you know, could have went to Gary, or it could have went to Brian in the same day that we played. You know, so I mean, I can't, you know, cry and spill milk. We just had the chance to go to Memphis, but it was, you know, it was great. And
So this International Blues Challenge. So were there any international?
oh
bands
yeah,
there?
actually, 2 international cats won. Well, there was a band that came in 2nd or something from Australia.
Australia, right.
They were different. They had a guitar player, harp player, and a percussionist. You know, drum. He had almost like a cocktail drum and
What's a cocktail drum?
almost like a conga with the foot pedal comes up from the bottom.
Oh.
You know, and he had a cymbal and.
Instead of a built-in bar, maybe.
Yeah, but they were unique for a couple of songs, but for me, you know, it got old. You know, I didn't. You know, there were some great, you know, groups. They were cool. You know what they were different. And the acoustic act that won, he was really good. But there's a lot of complaints about, this is like the 2nd or 3rd acoustic act that actually won in the last 2 or 3 years or something. So now they're looking to say, hey, you know, maybe we should have a separate category, because, you know, you got 10-piece bands going down there, you know, I mean.
Those are purists again in the judging.
Yeah, you know.
I think they ought to let them not use any instruments, just like baling wire and a nail and a barn door.
There you go.
There's a purist, right?
Yeah.
That's sure.
So how about equipment, though? It's easy for you to bring down who knows how many harmonicas, but Mark, what'd you bring down for...
I just brought my guitar, and I used whatever was there. The club furnished amplifiers. They had a Gibson amplifier, which was a gold tone amp, which is a very decent amp. I managed to get my sound out of it. So I was happy. My brother was the drummer, and he was happy with the drums, but he made do, and no one told him to bring cymbals, and he didn't bring any. Luckily, we found a place to rent them from. The guy was really nice to us, so we made some decent connections down there too for equipment and music store people, and it was nice to meet some nice people. The hospitality was really nice. It's a really good.
With you.
Right.
Yeah, we knew that, but I think, you know.
It got lost in communication.
Yeah, again, you know, we got 4 months until I said, okay, you know, then, you know, partly my fault though. You know, I should have re-upped on the communication things. But yeah, but anyways, it worked out. We got, we got symbols, but it was funny. I go to the whatever it is, before. You know, everybody's got to meet, and before the shows start, you know, I don't even know, is it hours? Yeah, it was like, you know, it was like 5 hours before the show. You know, we're down there, and I go, cymbals? Got to bring cymbals? I go back to the hotel. Hey, Bear, we're in a bind here.
We didn't have much time.
So it was kind of funny.
We made a few calls and luckily found a guy.
Yeah, so that worked.
We lucked out.
Surprisingly, they'll give you something beforehand in the mail.
They probably did, Dave.
Oh, we won't go there then.
Yeah. No, I did have all the rules. You know, and when I got back, I looked through the thing again, and sure enough, I mean, right there.
It's on your coffee table.
Drummers got to bring the cymbals. And I believe I relayed that message. But I must have, you know, in the excitement after winning and everything, yeah, I'm reading the rules, and I probably told Barry that, but 4 months go by, and, you know, it was like, you know, that is now put away, and, you know, I'm not.
Let's do maybe have Barry here. We get a real good battle going now.
Yeah.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, you didn't tell me that.
So what's happened since then? Now, have you gotten any gigs out of that, or did you help with your CD?
You know, we did meet a lot of, you know, some nice folks down there who did take the CD and great things. You know, you were the best band we've seen on the strip, blah, 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 you know. And I did, you know, meet a guy from overseas. I can tell you where it is. Denmark or something. Anyways, you know, who was really interested, said he booked a couple things, but have I heard from him? No. You know, so I mean, you know, talk is cheap.
So you made the CD in France. Was that at one of the clubs you play on a regular basis, or did you do that?
You know, we went over there. It was a great tour. You know, as soon as we got over there, it was a concert tour. You know, and they had everything was provided. It was like, it was a really false sense of success. I'll tell you that.
False sense.
Well, you know, because it was like, you know. Van to travel in with, you know, the bunks and everything like that, and
really?
And every place was, you know, providing backline, you know, so I had to travel with nothing, which was you know, one of the few times. So that was a great tour, and they were all concert halls, you know, 1,000 people, 1,500, you know, 500 in a really hip club. You know, they were just, it was, so right away, about the third gig into it, we started getting on the phone and saying, you know, towards the end of the gig, let's see if we can get some DAT machine at one of these places. So right at the end, there was two rooms. We had one room where we hired this great sound system, and guys would come in and paid them decent money. And then on the last show, the guy came in with a DAT machine about that big, put it on his, you know, on his board, and did a little sound check, and that was it. And that is where we took 90% of the music from live in France. You know,
so digital.
You know, it was
simplicity.
Funny. You know, well, and I think it was, you know, you're not recording. We get to that place. We must have drove 11 hours. To get to this one gig. It was just one of those hell days, you know. I mean, you get that on the road, you know. So we get there, and then we got to record, and, you know, luckily they had showers in this club and everything. So, you know, we try to get as fresh as we can, and then try to make a sound check. And then it was a packed house, and try to do a great performance, you know, because you're recording an album, you know, and you got one night to,
yeah.
You know, so that particular thing. And then now you know, all right, we're recording, so, you know, you make your clams and, you know, this and that, and hopefully you can fix it somewhere. So the next time we get to this place, and the guy's got this thing where that's like a joke, you know, So we weren't thinking about recording, you know, it was the last night of the tour. We were very loose and, you know, and it was a good thing it was just that little thing, because nobody was even thinking about it. You know, it wasn't like, we got to get this right. And that's why.
Came up better.
It did, you know, so.
Is this the subsequent release?
Yeah, this
Blowing Down the House?
This came after, you know, we won the Blues Challenge, and we had a really good summer last year, huh?
Yeah, last summer was
some
a
nice
good summer.
big shows, and it was hot. And, you know, Mark and I were talking, and he said, you know, let's set up something down at Theodore's, you know. And I talked to the guy down there, said, you know, can we carry it over to Sunday? You know, can we do 2 nights? And, in which we never really even used any recording from the Sunday night, because the end was the Saturday night.
Right.
So, but that's what we did. We set up an 8-track recorder at Theodore's. And the band was, you know, the band was good. We had a lot of gigs that summer. We were, you know, we just come off winning this thing. You know, we were feeling good, you know, and it was just time. You know, I needed a new disc because, you know, Mark wasn't on the Live in France disc, and I was out touring with that disc with Mark on 2 tours, and, you know, it was time. You know, Mark is a major part of the group. I mean, you know, this is a very guitar, harp oriented band, you know. So Mark is, you know, so we needed something, you know, new and affordable. And
We're getting ready to go for tour again down south.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we needed a
we
product.
needed something that represented that at that time too.
Right. So yeah, anyways, it was a night at Theodore.
And it was an easy, yeah, it was an easy thing to do, and easier than normal recordings anyway. Came out pretty decent.
What's next?
Well, we're just going to finish the summer out around here with our families and stuff, and we're looking to do, I think October, we're going to head out, and we're going to go down south, but not all the way, and then we're going to do our annual winter trip, and we'll be in the Mid-Atlantic states, and we're going to try to get over to Texas and Baton, you know, down in Louisiana.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, so we're just trying to hang out there and you know, let people know that we're still around, and then, you know, we're going to start writing for our next record. And
Next year?
well, we've been going through some band changes, you know, so you know, kind of like just teaching the old music to the new players, and so now we're you know, hopefully we got some of that remedied and time to start getting ready for the next one. Yeah, this one, you know, this one has done its purpose. We're going to still tour off, but we got, you know, two more trips we're going to do.
The next one we discussed, we want it to really be a real blues studio album.
Yeah,
and
we
have
gotta
it
go into this.
have it be it'll be mostly original, and hopefully we'll get it done the right way, and it won't be. I'd like it to lean towards the traditional side, but we can't help but be contemporary because of who we are. So hopefully it'll have traditional elements to it. We want to get some acoustic stuff on it also. So that'll be a little change from our previous CDs.
Well, looking forward to it. So thanks for coming on the show. And if you like what you heard in the last set, pick up Blowing Down the House. And don't go anywhere, because we've got more music coming up with a... And keep on watching.
Great pleasure to present Ryan Hart and the Blue Hearts. Let's have a good time, huh? 1, 2, 3. Something on my mind, baby, don't it's true. Something on my mind. Are you having a good time, huh? Put your hands together for the Connecticut Blues Society and the March of Dimes for putting this thing together. It's a lot of fun. We have some vocals in the monitor. Thank you. Like it was said before, we are Reinhardt and the Blue Hearts. We hope you enjoy what we're putting down. And if you're not, there's something wrong with you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. But she sure ain't dumb. She says, ooh, 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 man. She says, ooh, 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 man. Said, ooh, 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 daddy, you are mine. Well, early in the morning, I'm ready to leave. Said, come on, daddy, kiss me, please. Said, ooh, 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 man. Said, ooh, 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 man. Said, ooh, ooh, ooh. Let me introduce the fellas in the band for you. Upright all night and out of sight, Steve Combs on the bass. Dennis Cote sitting down on the job on the drums. Very, 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 very special guest. Filling in for our vacation guitarist, Eric Dukoff. This man over here telling me more about the blues in my life. He's one of the greats. Smoking Opie on the guitar, huh? I bet everybody out here has seen him about 1,000 times. And you're better people for it. My name is Ryan Hart. Put us all together. We call ourselves the Blue Hearts. It's time. Sally Mae, baby, I don't know what to say. Oh, Sally Mae, Sally Mae, baby, I don't know what to say. Baby, please just cut me a little slack. Sally Mae, Sally Mae, baby, please just cut me a little slack. I school. I feel just like a fool. Oh, Sally Mae, Sally Mae. Baby, I don't know what to say. I promised baby, somehow I'll pay the money back. Thank you so much, Jerry Reinhardt and the Blue House. Come back and be with us sometime. Thank you. accuse you, and you accuse me. Now I ran out of gas. You had no time for the phone. Tell me who's the better liar, baby? Whose heart first serves the soul? Now we walk before we make up again. Sometimes I lose and sometimes you win. But this time, baby, there's no use denying. We're getting too close to crying. Too close to crying. We used to wear such good poker faces. Could make any gambler believe. Jack